Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the morning tailgate here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Crispy Bacon, filling in for Big B, who should be joining us here shortly in this Week 17 edition. I am here with Mess Around Dave and Loro. Mess Around, how you doing today?
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad either. I mean, it's a new year and everybody's, looking for that playoff spot. Unfortunately, there's been some sad news going on around the NFL. How you doing, Loro?
I'm doing good, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm
good to be on, and looking forward to a great day of some NFL action, and also some playoff races are heating up, folks.
Yeah, they're heating up indeed, and unfortunately, there's been some sad news going on, the past week. We're going to go through first the passing of John Madden. I think that one hit home for a lot of people. Mess around. What's your thoughts on Madden's legacy, or what do you remember about him?
Well, it's John Madden. He was an icon, a legend, larger than life personality. Remember growing up watching so many games, you couldn't watch a game and not, you knew it was a big game with Madden this summer. Oh, we're going to cover it, and I just loved it. Loved just the way he called his play-by-play stuff and the enthusiasm he brought to it and the joy. And boom, and throw out all those other kind of sound effects he used to do. He'll be missed for sure.
He definitely will. Laura, what's your thoughts on
John Madden is an icon for the color commentating industry, and I will miss his booming voice and the way that he had a really good sense of humor. And John Madden will be missed sorely for all football fans across the globe.
He definitely will be missed. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we have as far as broadcasting goes, watching it on TV and all that, is because of Madden. We have the telestrator, the down markers on the screen, his way of broadcasting a game wasn't like anything we've seen back in the 80s and 90s and even the first part of the 2000s and all that. So, he will be missed. I think a lot of people, a lot of the new generation, so to speak, will be remembered for the video games as well as maybe his broadcasting. I think those are the two that a lot of people now will remember. And a lot of people will definitely remember him as a coach. He coached the Raiders for 10 years, won the Super Bowl, had a great record with the Raiders, coaching, and it was just a sudden thing when he retired. He'll definitely be missed. And then we also lost, I think it was, he was a former Falcons coach. I want to get the name right real quick.
You're talking about Dan Reeves.
Dan Reeves, yeah.
Dan Reeves. What do you guys remember of Reeves? And I'll go to Laura first.
Oh, he was a legendary coach with the Broncos, the Giants. The guy, I didn't know this, but I guess he appeared in like 8 or 9 Super Bowls as either a coach or an assistant. In some capacity, he was in the Super Bowl 9 times.
Yeah,
so that was kind of cool.
It was cool. Laura, what's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts on this is that, Dan Reeves was a really good coach. I mean, he never won a Super Bowl as a head coach, but I think he really has done a good job with like John Elway and also Michael Vick. So Don Reeves was a really good assistant and a head coach, but a good player too in his day.
Yeah, he was a player. Ironically, he was a running back for the Cowboys. He also coached under Landry, in a couple Super Bowls during the Landry era, and then he became a head coach. I'm looking now; it doesn't look like he's made it to Super Bowls, but he's never, like Lower said, won a Super Bowl. I could have swore he did, but um, you know, he did take his teams to a lot of Super Bowls. The last Super Bowl he was in, or I wouldn't say Super Bowl, but the last playoff game he was in 2002 when he was the Falcons head coach. That season they had a 9-6 record, but lost to the Eagles in the divisional round. The last Super Bowl he was in '98 with the Falcons, but lost to the Broncos. So I mean, he took his teams to the Super Bowl. They just couldn't do anything. He had a 49
Yeah, I
to 50.
remember that year was the year of the Dirty Bird.
I believe so.
Bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Falcons were really good back then, and I think he coached Favre at least in his first year. I could be wrong about that, but I could have swore.
Coach who?
Brett Favre.
No, he was coached by Glanville.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Glanville with the run and shoot offense.
Yeah. So those two will definitely be missed, and I'm sure both Raiders and Falcons will remember their former coaches, and I'm sure the NFL will honor both of them today. I know that the NFL will honor Madden the moment of silence at every game today, and rightfully so. And I know most likely the Falcons will honor Reeves today.
I thought was really kind of neat. It was like, well, not neat, but kind of weird that his documentary dropped last Saturday on Fox, and then he passed away a few days later on Tuesday.
Right.
But at least you got to hear all those nice things that everybody said about him, before. Because most of the time they don't make stuff like that about you till after you're dead.
That's true, but
you kind of got to see that. So
I think they were promoting it like all season long, so it wasn't like just out of the blue. So it was a good documentary for Madden, though. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. I think it's on Peacock, and they've been airing it on the Fox networks the last few days. So hopefully they continue that off and on, and hopefully everybody can get a chance to see that.
I caught the end of it. I need to actually sit down and watch the whole thing.
It's really good. But we're going to move on to some history facts going into this week. Let's see what we got here. I'm sure there's a ton of them. Let's see. I don't see anything. Anybody? I don't see any facts today, so.
No history facts for today?
Oh, wait, here we go. In 1966, so 1 year before the merger of the AFL and NFL, the National Football League championship game, ironically at Lambeau Field, the Packers beat the Cleveland Browns 23-12, and this is the first NFL title game televised in color. The last one played before Super Bowl era. So it was the first championship game in color. Wow. 1972, the AFC championship game. The Miami Orange Bowl or at the Miami Orange Bowl. The Dolphins beat the Baltimore Colts 21-0. That is before when Baltimore moved to Indianapolis and became the Colts. So basically, same franchise. In the 72 NFL championship, Texas Stadium, Dallas Cowboys beat the 49ers 14-3. What else we got? I believe that's it that I could see. A lot of college stuff going on, so. All right, I think that's it. So those, I thought it was interesting about the first colored championship game.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah. So we got a couple comments here.
It's
Tim Hendrick saying, "I'm going to have to download it." Yeah, it's really good. We don't talk about that game. What game is that? What game you talking about? The Cowboy game? Probably.
I'm not sure what game he's talking about.
I don't know.
Me neither. I'm not sure what he's also talking about either.
All right.
Maybe it's one of the games you mentioned in your history lesson.
Maybe. So, I think that was it for that.
Tim Hendricks said, Chris, that he was talking about Colts Dolphins 72.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that was on their streak for the Dolphins. That makes sense. Okay. The Dolphins had that perfect season. Okay. So moving away from the history, we're gonna go to Willrose Lowdown, and today it's Big Ben's final game this week. Is it Big Ben's final game against Cleveland, or do you think he's going to play next season?
If you look at it, I think that Ben Roethlisberger is going to retire at the end of the season, regardless if they win or lose to the Cleveland Browns. I mean, I think that I would like to see Ben Roethlisberger. I would like to see the Browns beat the Steelers because the Steelers have been kind of bad this year. But at the same time, I really think that this is probably the last home game that we'll see Ben Roethlisberger playing, and I think that the Steelers are. I think he's going to retire, and then I think the Steelers are going to go to the draft and draft their next franchise quarterback. I think they have their eyes out on either Matt Corral or Kenny Pickett, but I think the Steelers should get Kenny Pickett.
What do you think, mess around, Dave?
Oh, he's definitely going to retire after this year. It'd be nice to see him win his last start in Pittsburgh, but that Cleveland defense is really good, and I don't know. It all depends how Baker plays because, the Browns go. It depends on how well Baker plays every game. If he has a good game, they win. If he has a bad game, they're going to lose. So it all depends on what Baker does.
I agree with that. I mean, I heard that. Do you think they're going to get a quarterback in the draft? That's around.
They might. I think they go the trade route. They might do both. They might trade for like Matt Ryan and draft a guy to develop under him. Or I think they're going to get Russell Wilson. I've been calling it all year, Russell Wilson at Pittsburgh.
Well, why do you say Russell Wilson at Pittsburgh?
That's just what I see. I see Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh and playing for a team that's got some nice pieces. Their defense is always good, and he's got a good chance to win there.
I don't see Russell Wilson leaving the Seahawks, though. Mess around, Dave.
I heard rumor that this may be the final game with Rick Wilson and Carroll.
That probably won't happen,
Hey, we got Big
Sarge.
Sarge,
what's up?
Sarge. Who's your daddy? That's all I'm gonna say.
So, what do you think, Big B? Do you think this is the final year for Big Ben?
Well, I think it's definitely the final home game. I don't think he's going to play next week. I think they're going to let the backups play and let him just right out into the sunset. So, yeah, I think Big Ben's going to cap it off today. And for that, I think Big Ben's going to be my big baller today. I think he's going to ball out today as his home game for Monday.
Oh, wow. What do you think, Sarge?
For Big Ben, I don't know because he's one guy that he's like Brett Favre almost. He's gonna say he's gonna do something, then he does something totally different. But I think he sees the actual writing on the wall. I don't think he's gonna be in Pittsburgh anymore. If he retires as a Pittsburgh Steeler, or he is actually going to try to find a new team. So, but my mind is, I think he's done for the season or for his career. He's done.
You think they'll draft a quarterback or go with somebody in free agency?
I don't really see much of a big draft class for quarterbacks this year out of in this draft like it was last year, even though you got Pickett and Carroll, I think, from Ole Miss that are on there. But one of the players got injured last night during the Sugar Bowl. But on top of that, I think we got to see what's going to happen in Seattle, like what Mess Around Dave says, because since I'm in the Pacific Northwest, I don't follow the Seahawks as much as I do as my Carolina Panthers. But there's been no one knows what's going to happen up in Seattle, if it's going to be Pete Carroll leaving or Russell Wilson leaving. So that's yet to remain. So if I was the Steelers, I would try to find someone in a free agency, like Cam Newton.
You just want to get rid of Cam.
Every day.
Who doesn't?
Cam is not back, apparently. So.
He's back.
No, he's still.
I mean, he says he is, but
so.
his game doesn't.
You know, one thing for Pittsburgh, I think, they're probably going to go draft somebody like teams do. Pickett's probably going to be around there. But I'd like to see them, maybe go out and get, Foles or a veteran backup, Foles, McMagic, guys like that to show the youngster how to do things, But come week one, Pittsburgh will have a different quarterback.
I think so.
Yeah. I know you brought up Fitzpatrick. I don't think he's going to be back either.
Oh no, I don't think Fitzpatrick's going to be back. I think this is his last hurrah too. But guys like that have been around for a while.
Yeah, I could see Fitzpatrick being like a coach one day.
Oh
yeah, or
if
something.
I was him, why not? Why not sign a contract to be a backup and hold a clipboard? Make that money while you can.
Hey, good money. So we're gonna go into not messing around with Mess Around Dave. If you had this year's top pick, who do you think should be drafted number one? Who should be the top pick?
Top pick, the defensive lineman from Oregon. I can never pronounce his name right. Carry on Thibodeau or something like that. I butcher his name every time. But that dude is savage. I think he should be the top pick in the draft. There's no quarterback that's worthy of number one pick in this draft. So I would go with the Ducks defensive lineman.
All right. Oro, who do you think should be the top pick?
I think it should be Kayvon Thibodeau. I mean, I think that whoever needs an edge rusher or a pass rusher, I think that he would fit right in with these top team, with these whoever needs a pass rusher. Like, I think Jacksonville's probably going to get him.
Jacksonville could get him. Sarge, what do you think?
I gotta go with Mess Around with the number one pick with that one, but I don't know who will have the number one pick this season. I gotta wait till after these games, and I honestly think it's going to be the Lions.
What about you, Big B?
Yeah, I think we were all nailing it. I think it's going to be one of those, big defensive studs this year. The kid from Oregon, or even the guy from Michigan, Hutchinson. Don't be surprised if the Lions get the number 1 pick, that they go with the home college kid and bring Hutchinson in to kind of get that name and that fandom already started. So I think we're going to see one of these solid defensive linemen go number 1, no matter who's up there.
What about I think it was the Oklahoma running back who had like over 500 yards in the bowl game. He had like 5 touchdowns. I'm trying to find that.
I mean, this day and age with running backs, they're a dime a dozen. Most teams are using 2 backs, so we could mess around and you crispy and have a solid running game. So, running backs aren't as valued as they used to be. The top value pick right now, or the spot, is quarterback, and then your interior linemen, and then probably linebackers and corners, and then it's like the running back. So, running backs are a dime a dozen. So I don't think this year we'll get a solid running back taken probably in the top 10.
When's the last time a running back was taken that high? Was it Gurley?
Either
I think
Gurley or
it's-
Pearson.
Yeah.
One of those two. Well, hold on. Like in the top 5?
Yeah, like in top 5, 10. It's in the top 10.
I wanted. I could be
I
wrong.
think it was Gurley was the last one taking that high.
I think Zeke, because he was 4th.
Oh yeah, it could have been Zeke.
Yeah. Just think of that. We just forgot Zeke, and so that just tells you how unimportant the back position has become.
That's
Well,
the
he's
last
from
time
Ohio
I seen him.
State, so it doesn't matter.
Well, that's true too.
Well, in that year too, he was their first playoff team to win the championship. So, ironically, where he plays now. So, yeah, it could be a number of draft picks going number 1 or draft prospects, and it's going to be interesting, to see how all things play out after the year. And we're not going to have that long to wait. Only this week and next week to go before the playoffs start. We kind of get an understanding of, where at least the top half of the draft will be, picking, unless there's trades and all that going on. Anything else anybody want to have to that? Or add to that, I should say.
Okay, I just looked up the last running back taking that high was Saquon Barkley at number 2.
Okay.
See, we forgot about him.
Well,
Yep.
he's been injured so often, it's kind of easy to forget about him.
Yeah,
Well, exactly. So
I forgot he even went 2nd overall. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is
exactly.
crazy.
That was wasn't that who was the top pick that year?
Oh, I don't
What's
know.
up?
The Barkley year. Wasn't that
That was
Wasn't that-
2018. So
Yeah. So
was that
3 years
Burrow?
ago.
no,
No, Burrow was 19,
Bro,
19. Okay. All right.
I believe.
God,
19 or
Barkley's
20.
only been in the year for 4 years, and he probably still
3
hasn't even played 16 games.
Barkley's been in for 3 years.
Well, 3 years. Yeah.
Or coming up.
And he probably still hasn't played 16 games.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So Tim Hendricks saying Hutchinson out of Michigan. He's also saying that Jags will have the number 1 pick after they lose
the
to
first pick
Indy
of that,
next week.
the first pick in 2018 draft. We just talked about him earlier. Baker Mayfield.
Oh, wow.
Went overall that year.
Wow. MI6 is asking Brandon, what are your thoughts on the Vikings getting CJ Stroud or Aaron Rodgers in the future?
nope.
Oh, I don't see
Getting
Aaron
who?
Rodgers. Huh? AJ Stroud.
Who are we talking about?
If the Vikings will get CJ Stroud or Aaron
That's,
Rodgers. I'm thinking
we're,
CJ
we're, we're
Stroud.
not doing Brett Favre 2.0. I mean, we're not doing Favre 2.0. So,
I heard
but
I
Vikings.
heard Rodgers may stay now.
There's no way the Packers trade Aaron Rodgers to the Vikings. That's not going to happen.
No, if the Packers win it all, they would be foolish to let Rodgers walk. I mean, but the NFL's crazy if things have happened. So
Yeah, I kind of want to interject on this one because the Vikings do have a good backup quarterback. They have not given a chance. I think he's a better quarterback than Cousins, which is Mound from Texas A&M. I think you just need to build him up more.
he could be
And
the
you guys
starter
got
today.
a dual threat quarterback that way. So
He'll definitely get his chance today. He's starting for him in Green Bay. After
Bond's not starting today. It's the other guy,
Sean
or
Mannion.
whatever his name is.
oh yeah, Mannion.
see,
But
where Zimmer should get
but definitely,
fired. Because,
I think Kellen Mond should be the starter today, and I think he might even see some action today. So
Well, I think both quarterbacks could see action today. It just depends on who's going to perform better in chilly Lambeau Field.
yeah.
And with that, I think we can go to our game picks this week. Big B, how are we going to do that this week? We're going to go through the playoff games.
Yeah, let's just instead of doing. I mean, we can still pick games. I don't think we're going to do any lock. Because the games are kind of, I think we all know who's going to win. I don't think there's going to be any big shockers. But, Chris, why don't you start from the top of the playoff picture and lay out the scenario and the game they have?
Sure. So, give me one.
You can start either AFC or NFC, whichever one. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I have them up. So, let's see. Looking at the playoff picture, we're going to start in the NFC. Your division leaders, 1 through 4, is going to be Green Bay, Dallas, Rams, and the Buccaneers. Your wild card teams, 5 through 7, is going to be Arizona, San Francisco, and Philadelphia Eagles. Minnesota, Atlanta, New Orleans, Washington, and are on the outside looking in. And then you got the Bears, Seahawks, Giants, and the Lions already eliminated. So, yeah. So that's what it's looking like in the NFC. As far as the AFC, your division leaders are Kansas City, Tennessee, Cincinnati, and Buffalo. Your wild card teams are Indianapolis, New England, Miami, and Baltimore. Or minus Baltimore. So on the outside looking in is Baltimore, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Steelers, Cleveland, and Denver. So a lot to play for today in this week 17 edition. Normally, this would be the final week of the regular season, but they added one more week, so this is the second to last week. Nevertheless, still a lot to play for. We're going to start in the early games. Falcons at the Bills. Buffalo Bills, they have something to play for. Bills can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a Patriots loss. So this is where the picks will start. I'm going to go with mess around Dave.
The Bills are definitely going to win this game. I think if I had to make a lock, if we were doing locks, this would be one of them. I don't even think it's going to be close.
So you're thinking Bills?
Yeah.
All right, Loro.
I'm going with the Bills. I mean, I would like to see if the Patriots want to clinch the AFC East. Buffalo's going to have to lose 2 straight, which I don't see happening. Buffalo right now looks poised and looks hungry. So I think the Buffalo Bills are going to beat the Falcons. I think they're going to eke out a win. It's going to be a narrow win because you know how good Matt Ryan and the Falcons have been.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be close, but, anything can happen. Big B, who you got?
Yeah, I got to go with the other two. I think the Bills are going to get this win. Like Laurel said, 2 wins by Buffalo, they clinch. And, I know we'll talk about it a little bit later, but Miami still has a chance to clinch too if Buffalo and New England lose too. So it's going to be a good race here to see these last 2 weeks, but I'm going Buffalo.
Sarge?
I don't know. Buffalo's been so inconsistent this year for me to even try to pick them, but I'm actually going to pick no one rounds them like the Buffalo Bills. That's circle the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. That's what I should have said on that one. And I think the Buffalo Bills will win it. I think they have a better their next 2 games are against the Falcons and the Jets, and I think they're better off than what the Patriots are because the Patriots still have to play against a Miami team who has proven themselves.
I'm going to get on that Buffalo Bills wagon and go with Buffalo. I mean, Falcons been good this season, but I feel like the Bills are better. Let's see. We have. You want me to do all the games, Big B, or just the playoff games?
Let's just do playoff games. I mean,
Okay.
We don't care that Jets or Lions are playing whoever, but yeah, let's just do the playoff games.
All right. So the next game is going to be the Chiefs at the Bengals. Both teams have something to play for this week. The Chiefs can clinch a first-round bye and home field advantage with a win and a Titans loss, while the Cincinnati Bengals, all they have to do is win, and they clinch the AFC North. So I'm going to go with Loro on this. Who do you think is going to win, the Chiefs or the Bengals?
I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm on the Joe Burrow hype train, and I'll tell you what, I think that the Bengals, I didn't even pick them to win the division this year. I think by next year, I think they're going to be a team that's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and I think they're going to be a legitimate title contenders by next year.
I can see that. Sarge, who do you think?
I'm going to be different here. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. The Chiefs have been on a little hot streak late so far this later than season. So I think the Chiefs will actually wake up and be the Chiefs.
I think the Chiefs have a better chance. Big B, who do you think?
Yeah, I got to, go with Sarge. I think the Chiefs defense has been playing really solid. And, you can't really count Mahomes out when it's crunch time. So give me the Chiefs and a first-round bye.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going with the Chiefs. I feel like they've been playing like they have been the last 2 years. They're in their Super Bowl runs, and I don't take any team for granted. Anybody can win any game. Even the bad teams, they can still win this game. These games, and
this honestly probably will be the game of the week. Chiefs or Bengals.
I think so. So we have a few comments. Bodine says, nice Brandon, Chris, B. Bacon. Tim Hendrick says, Bills for his pick and Chiefs for his pick.
Okay.
So we can move on to.
Hold on, I didn't make my pick yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dave,
who's your pick?
Well, like Brandon said, the Chiefs defense have carried this team for the last few weeks, and if they can find their magic on offense again, get that Mahomes magic going, they're going to be scary in the playoffs. And the team wants to go into Arrowhead in January in the playoffs. I mean, it used to be they couldn't win in the playoffs at home, but ever since they got Mahomes, it's changed. So I think Mahomes and that offense find their groove today, and they win this game by 10.
I could see that. With the Chiefs, I believe it's usually a high-scoring game, so I can see that happening. Next game is going to be the Dolphins at the Titans. There's nothing to play for the Dolphins per se. I mean, they don't have a playoff scenario, but they are looking to get into the playoffs, and a win today could certainly help that. As for Tennessee, they can clinch, or the most likely scenario is going to be clinching the AFC South. With the win, they can also clinch a playoff spot uh, with a win and the Ravens' loss. So I'm going to start with Sarge. Who do you got?
I got the Miami Dolphins. They're a unique team. They have a good defense, and I know the critics are still out there for Tua, but I think the Titans don't have their 1-2 punch anymore with Henry going down. So give me the Dolphins.
Big B?
For me, the Dolphins, like I said, have been kind of, up and down, but, they lost 7 straight. They've won 7 straight. First team to do that. I think they're going to keep it rolling. Dolphins have, if I remember right, I think ESPN said that Dolphins win both games are in the playoffs. So, this is their playoff time. So they're going to be a team that has to play like 5 playoff games per se. So, give me the Dolphins to win to keep those playoff hopes alive.
All right. Mess around, Dave.
I'm going to go differently. I'm going to say Tennessee stops that winning streak of the Dolphins, and they win by a field goal at the end.
Ooh.
All right. Loro?
I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. I think that they've been playing well right now, and I think that with Tennessee's offense being shorthanded, and that with Derrick Henry should be back for the playoffs. But I just think that the Titans will not win the AFC South without Derrick Henry. That's kind of my saying there. I just think that the Indianapolis Colts are going to continue to put pressure on Tennessee, and I think we'll have all hands on deck Week 18 for the AFC South title and also for the last 2 spots in the AFC playoffs between the Patriots and the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's going to be a close race, but I'm going with Tennessee. I feel like they've had several running backs after Henry this year, and it's going to be a close race between Tennessee and Indianapolis. But I feel like Tennessee can pull out a victory, this week. So, Jim Hendricks says Titans are going to win, and he says this is going to be the game of the week.
Yeah, it could be.
And I believe he's saying that for the Chiefs as well.
Oh, okay.
So, Bodine says he likes the show, but he's got to run. So, we'll see you
All right,
around.
go on, Mr.
Bodine.
Sanders.
Later, Bodine. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
So our next game is going to be the Raiders at the Colts. The Colts have a chance to clinch a playoff spot with a win today. So I'm going to go with Roro. Who you got for this game?
Which game are you talking about?
The Raiders and the Colts.
I'm going with the Colts. I think that the Indianapolis Colts are going to come out on top. I think that this team is playing really well right now, and I think that the Colts are going to be division champions by next week.
Dave, who you got?
Is Carson Wentz playing in this game?
Yes, he is medically cleared, and I believe he's active for today's game.
Okay, I was going to take the Raiders if Wentz wasn't playing, but I'm not doing that now. So you take the Colts to win this. That defense is ferocious. That linebacker Leonard is everywhere and making plays left and right. Probably going to be your defensive MVP of the year, or should be.
I hope so. Sarge, who you got for this game?
I'm just going to go against actually, no, never mind. I'm going to go with the Colts. Darren Waller is out again. He's been battling some injuries, and without him in the mix, I don't think the Raiders do have a chance whatsoever. So Colts, no matter what, if Carson Wentz plays or not.
Big B.
I mean, we all know Raiders are going to play with the big chip on their shoulder with the pass of the Madden today, so I expect them to have a pretty good game. But I got to go with the Colts and who I believe is the MVP in Taylor at the running back position. I think the Colts are going to put up and get that division crown today.
I agree. I'm going to take the Colts on this one. So the Colts running back is really good ever since, Henry went down with an injury. But I feel like this is the Colts game to win and get that playoff spot. And Tim Hendricks is agreeing. He's saying Colts. So the next game is going to be the Jaguars at the Patriots. Jaguars have nothing really to play for, maybe a draft pick, but they're not in the playoff hunt. But the Patriots are. Patriots can clinch a playoff spot with a win and a Dolphins loss. So I'm going to start with Laurel on this one. I'm pretty sure I know where your pick is going, but who do you got?
I'm going with New England Patriots. I just think that the Patriots are gonna find a way to bounce back after a really tough loss to the Buffalo Bills. It was very disappointing. I mean, I would like to see a much better effort on both sides of the ball. I think that Mac Jones just hit a rookie wall, which all rookies do at times, and I do expect a much better performance from Mac Jones today.
Big B, who you got?
Oh, just to get some emotion out of Laurel, I'm going Jacksonville with the upset. You're going to get the Dolphins win, and you're going to get the Jacksonville upset. Upset of the year.
Oh.
Jacksonville's going to upset the Patriots.
Why?
It's the NFL, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Sarge, who you got?
Sarge must be having some little technical. How about you, Masserau? What do you got?
Yeah.
What do I got? I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is going to come out and play the game of the year for him. He's going to prove why he was number one overall pick. He's tired of hearing about Mac Jones. He's going to prove why he was that guy. And everybody's be talking about him and not game manager Mac Jones.
All right, Sarge, you have a pick?
I do. Sorry, my internet is lagging, but I'm going to go with the old 2x4 wood Mac Jones. He the reason I call him that because he's stiff. He doesn't run very well. He reminds me of Peyton Manning when he runs and stuff. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Patriots on this one. But let's make it a competitive game. Patriots win by 1.
Oh, I'm going with the Patriots too. I mean, I don't see. I see Jacksonville making it competitive to close out the year, but I feel like the Patriots are going to win this game though. But it's going to be a close one. Yeah, Tim Hendricks says Isaiah is going to have streak if Jags win. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also going with the Jags. Just kidding. It would definitely be the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could be competitive, but we all know that the Patriots are going to win this. Eagles at the Washington football team. Eagles have a chance to get a playoff spot with a win and with a little help from the Vikings and the Saints if both teams lose. That's a lot of help for the Eagles. Hopefully we'll see what happens there. Arj, who do you got for this game?
Oh, I'm going to go with the with the Washington football team. I almost said their former name because that's me. But
Have it.
I have to go with them with the shellacking they got against the Cowboys. I think they were down one of their three main starters on the defense when they were playing against the Cowboys, and so but I think they're back this game, and I think they're going to give the Eagles a little run for their money.
Okay. Dave, who you got for this game?
Is Montez Sweat active today? Is he playing?
No, there's some incident that happened with his brother.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If he was playing, I was going to say they were going to win because he's going to have the game of his life because his brother died. But
Yep.
I'm going to take I'm still going to take the Washington football team to win this game. I think they win by 2. They get a safety at the end and win.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Rare safety. Big B, who's your pick?
Oh, I got to go with the Philadelphia Eagles in the hurt business. I mean, I think they got to win to get in the playoffs. So that's all they got to do. They don't have to worry about nobody else. Just win the next 2 games and they're in. So give me Jalen Hurt and the hurt business and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, the Eagles have to win and hope that Minnesota and New Orleans lose to get in.
Well, yeah, that's if they clinch today. But I mean, if we play it out for 2 weeks, all Philadelphia has to do is win. So
That's true.
yeah.
Lauro, who's your pick for the Eagles in Washington?
Going with my man Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. I got to roll with my Alabama players. That's why I think all 3, Jones, Tua, Hurts, they're all going to get a wins today. Rolling with the Tide. Because next week, it's going to be Mac and Tua going head-to-head. So it's going to be Mac Jones over Tua. So I'll save that for next week, for week 18.
All right. I mean, I don't like either team in the division, but and it doesn't really matter who, for Dallas's scenario. Not that they have one, but I'm going to go with the Eagles. Why not? It's Washington.
That killed you to say that, didn't it?
It did. But Washington hasn't done much this season to prove that they can win a game lately. So that's pretty much why I picked Philadelphia to win. And Tim Hendricks says the Eagles is his pick as well. I think most of us are on that Eagles bandwagon, so to speak. So we got the Rams at the Ravens. For the Ravens, it's going to be Huntley starting at quarterback. Lamar Jackson is out once again. But for the Rams, their playoff scenario is they can win the NFC West with a win and a Cardinals loss. So I'm going to start with Big B. Who do you got for this game?
We're gonna go with the Rams. I mean, Stafford's showing why he is who he is, and how the Lions just did not manage his career well. So he's got the weapons. He's got Kupp. He's got OBJ. He's got that solid defense. So give me the Rams.
All right, Dave, who you got?
I think the Rams are going to win this game, but I think it's going to be close because Huntley has shown a lot of people that he is the real deal. He's a good quarterback. I think he's more accurate than Lamar Jackson. And I would keep him at this point and get rid of Jackson.
Ooh.
All right, Lauro, who you got for the Ravens and the Rams?
My hometown LA Rams. I think Matthew Stafford's going to deliver at the right time.
All right, what's your pick?
I don't know if Lauro's confident about that because when he was stating that, he looked away from the camera, so I don't think he's confident with his choice.
I am.
So with that, I mean the Rams defense has been inconsistent. I don't think really adding the linebacker Von Miller to the defense really has done anything for them because I haven't really seen a big difference with that. And Huntley, I have to agree with Mess Around on that one. He is a better quarterback than than Lamar Jackson is because he can actually throw the ball unlike Lamar Jackson. So I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one because Huntley is going to do some surprises. Willie Diddly Dazzly, then boom, little John Madden right there.
There you go.
Love it.
That was good. Both teams are really good. Both have talented quarterbacks. Even the Ravens, whether it's Lamar Jackson or Huntley out there. So you can say all three quarterbacks in this game are really good. But I'm going to go with the Rams. I mean, they're finding their rhythm in the last few weeks, so it's time for them to clinch the West. Tim Hendricks saying that the Rams is his pick, but he also is throwing out a question about Lamar Jackson, and I think we kind of hinted on that earlier. You think he's going to go to Pittsburgh?
Ooh. Well, I don't know. We might have to break that down maybe next week once we get some more playoff pitches. That'd be a good fit, but we'll see.
It would be a good fit, although, I see that their head coach is not really too fond of the running quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting in itself if he does go to Pittsburgh. So we got the Texans at the 49ers. Texans are eliminated, but the 49ers have a playoff scenario this week. They can clinch a spot in the playoffs with a win and a Saints loss. So I'm going to start with Sarge on this one. Who do you think is going to win this game?
Oh, you said 49ers in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna have to go with the San Fran. You know what? Let's go with the Houston Texans because Mills has been playing really good.
Good man.
Yeah, he's been playing better than what people has expected him to play with that, and the Texans are actually trying to play and stuff. Actually trying to play. Then we got the 40 whiners out there, and we got Isaiah who is in love with like Jimmy G, but Jimmy G went down, so there's a breakup. So Isaiah broke up with Jimmy G. Now he's in love with Trey Lance. So there's like a love triangle going on with Isaiah and the 40 whiners, and that's gonna get them. That's gonna get them distracted with that. And the Houston Texans, with their lead running back Burkhead, I believe it is, and David Mills, they're gonna win it. Upset. Write it down.
Oh. All right.
Pen and pencil.
All right, Dave.
Make sure you erase this.
All right, Dave. I think I know where you're going with this.
Give me the Texans for another upset. 2 weeks in a row, they knocked off. I keep wanting to say San Diego, but LA Chargers, they beat them. No one thought they were going to do that. So, and this Niner team isn't as talented as that Chargers team. I mean, they are on defense, but their offense is one-man show with Debo. And I agree with Sarge. David Mills has been playing really exceptional football these last couple of weeks. So I think Texans are going to pull off another surprise upset and essentially eliminate the Niners from the playoffs.
Will Houston get another 40-point score?
I wouldn't go that far. I don't know.
Probably not this week. Big B, who's your pick?
Just because it's going to give Vikings just a little bit of hope they're going to keep dangling, I'm going to go with Houston upsetting the Niners just because, just like Minnesota, it's just going to give us a little bit more hope, we're peeking through that keyhole to see the playoffs. So I'm going to go with the Texans and over the 49ers.
Okay. Loro.
I'm going with the 49ers. I mean, I think that Trey Lance is going to get his first win as a starting quarterback, and he's going to show why he's the future of the 49ers. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo's not a franchise quarterback, but he's a good serviceable quarterback here. I mean, and also Tim Hendricks said Texans and a second Isaiah Stroke. Find that pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely said that. I think the 49ers could win this, but I also want to see Houston, uh, you know, play spoiler. So I'm kind of going back and forth, but
Yeah.
I'm going with 49ers. I mean, we'll see what happens
You
with
just
Trey
became
Lance.
Isaiah's new best friend.
I'm not sure if it will happen, but I mean they've been playing out, you know, pretty good to this point. So we'll just see what happens. Uh, I guess you can say it's the final. Or we got the Cowboys and Cardinals, but there's nothing to play for on that end. Um,
Well, there's seating, ain't there? Or are they locked at where they're at?
Well,
I didn't see any seating when
Okay.
I looked,
Okay.
but I
Yeah, we
know
don't have to talk
for
about it then. I mean, it's the Cowboys. I mean, we don't need to talk about them.
Yeah, I understand the Cowboys. I mean,
what was that, Dave?
I said, who cares about the Cowboys? I mean, oh, I was thinking out loud again. I'm sorry.
All right, so I guess the final game we got for this week is the Vikings at the Packers. The Packers can get a first round bye and home field advantage with a win and a Cowboys loss. So we're gonna go with Big B on this. Who do you got?
Vikings in a late upset with Cullen Mond throwing the winning touchdown pass to Jefferson, 99-yard touchdown. No, I'm just kidding. Packers are gonna roll. I mean, we got Adam and his brother J Mac out there. Televised game. Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna let the Vikings beat them twice at Lambeau Field in 2 years. So I hate to say it, but Packers might be one of those Alabama Crimson Tide blowout games, but yeah, you got the Packers. They're going to lock up the North in the first round bye.
All right, mess around. I know this is hard, being from the NFC North, and two teams from that division are squaring off. Who do you got?
The game ends in a tie, and the Barber brothers go home unhappy.
Wow.
We're calling a tie.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be sweet.
They have to sit in the cold for an extra 30 minutes or however long it takes.
It'll also throw the playoff picture out of whack for a minute.
Yeah.
So you're predicting a tie?
Game into the tie just for the Barber brothers.
All right, Serge.
I gotta go kind of towards a mess around way with this one. I think the Vikings will upset the Packers just because the Barber brothers are there. They're not going to be shirtless like I asked them to be, and also they had J Mac had a little trouble at the airport getting the security checked in, which I think is a sign of a bad omens in there. Something about sausage. So
he forgot he had summer sausage in his bag.
Yep.
And they checked it.
I think the Minnesota Vikings will beat the Packers, and the Packers will be eating that summer sausage home into the locker room crying.
All right, Laura.
I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are going to get revenge from the Vikings because last time these two teams played, both the Viking Kirk Cousins beat the Packers.
I'm going with Packers as well. I mean, I've heard it's really cold there. It could be 4 degrees, maybe lower than that in temperature. I just know it's going to be really cold. Packers are used to being, playing in cold weather. I think they're about to break a record for the coldest game at Lambeau Field. So I think they're used to it. Although Minnesota played outdoors for a little bit when they were renovating, their stadium or building the one they're in now.
Yep.
So, I mean, it could go either way. Tim Hendricks says, "Do we really have time for the Cowboys?" But
Cowgirls.
Huh?
Giddy up. Cowgirls, giddy up. So
And he's also saying the Packers are his pick to win today. So I know there's a lot of other games to go for this week, but we're focusing on the playoff matchups and all that. So
You mean we're
hopefully,
not going to talk about the Bears and Giants? Come on. Just kidding.
I mean,
We don't need to talk about it. There's nothing important about that game.
We'll talk about the Bears and Giants and how many flags the Bears are going to get, and mess around has to have a shot at each time.
Oh my God, you don't want to see me when I'm watching the Bears game and the flag comes every time. It's ridiculous, especially the personal foul ones. They get at least 3 games.
Yeah.
They're going to get 4 today.
I'm kind of like that with Dallas, only because one of our players, I think it's an offensive lineman, anytime a flag comes, it's like, it's probably on him. Or at least a flag, and it's like, it's probably on Dallas. I can understand that.
I hate it when they're like, they got a guy and they're stopped and he's not moving, and then they slam him down. I'm like, don't do it. Let him go. And then they slam him down. Like, you did it. You dumb man.
I can never tell if Jerry Jones is upset or not because he always has the same look on his face.
That is probably true.
Actually, I mean, speaking of the Cowboys, Chris, and everybody else, does Diggs set the interception record this year with 2 games left?
I hope so. I believe he can.
I think he will. I think he'll get it. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why I don't like the extra game, because we're going to see a lot of records fall in the near future, like the passing, the rushing, anything like sack wise and stuff.
If he does, there should be an asterisk by it.
Yeah, records are meant to be broken, but people have come close when it was just a regular 16-game season with that one, because next week we should be in the playoffs.
Yep, nope, you're exactly right. I get what you're saying, but again, records should be broken. But
another record the Cowboys are looking for is, so far they have 19 players on the roster who have
that are pregnant.
Touchdown.
With 6 other baby mamas.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie.
So
yeah, 19 players who scored a touchdown. The record is 21.
How many?
Well, you need Danucci in there. Come on,
Danucci.
So,
all
right, boys. What's that, Chris?
Did you do your big baller? I think you did.
Oh yeah, I said Big Ben's going to ball out on Monday. He's going to ball out last home game. So, all right. So let's wrap it up. It's that time. Next week, playoffs will probably be all set in stone. So we'll probably most likely do our first annual C2C morning tailgate awards between the 5 of us or whoever's on. So look out for that. Sarge, what you got going on this last 30 seconds here?
All right, so right now against the C2C fantasy, it's me and Big B going at it. Good luck to you. I'm not going to talk about the C2C and the MI6 because I'm in a basement on that one. But I'm just excited for hopefully a good week this week. And like last week was crazy to watch the Seahawks play in the snow because that doesn't really happen here in the Pacific Northwest. And you know what? I hope everyone enjoyed the show.
All right. Messer, how about you, bud?
Well, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to go make some corned beef and hash and eggs for breakfast for me and the boy. And then I'm going to watch some Bears football.
And take a nap.
After the game for sure.
Oh, okay. Lauro, how about you? What you got going on? What game are you calling today?
I'm doing Jags Patriots today, and then also I'm doing Packers Vikings tonight, just for you, Big B. And then Monday Night Football with the Steelers and Browns. Looking forward to those games.
All right. Lauro, I better hear some booms, for John Madden. So, Chris, how about you? What's going on for C2C?
Oh, tonight we got Between the Ropes covering last night's day
One.
one pay-per-view, huh?
Yeah, what's up, Dave?
Day one.
Yeah, day one. Yep.
Yep. So stay tuned for that tonight.
All right, and keep checking us out. Thanks for everybody that commented. Chris, thanks for filling in most of the show as I have to work early today and next week. So, but yeah, keep checking us out Between the Ropes tonight, and then Tuesday, I believe we're going to do Entertainment Hour. I could be wrong. It's either that or Roundtable, but just keep checking us out. We'll keep it posted. For everybody, have a great week 17, and see y'all next week. Have a good one.